What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to make this album review of Pastor Troy called We Ready, I Declare War. Alright, and this is his very first album under Mad Society Records, Candy Coated Management, I believe that's what it's called. And this is the real deal. No bootleg, you know how we do. And this album, was insane, man, because I remember when this first came out, I was like in 8th grade / 9th grade. And the song No More Play was very hype, But anyway, the producer of this album were Pastor Troy, I believe some other cats. I'm not sure who, but I'll put those producers in the description box. And the features were Rhonda, Peter the Disciple, basically DSGB, Down South Georgia Boys. And to add, this is when he was really beefing with Master P, No Limit them back in the day, so things like that. But anyway, let's go with the songs now. The first one goes, It's Too Late Now, We Ready. This is a banger right here for Pastor Troy. And he taking shots at Master P on this song here. He comes through with a pretty long verse. I'm really feeling this track, man. This is a nice way to start off the album. Now the next one called No More Playing GA. Bruh, if you never heard this song before, seriously, you are truly missing out. This was probably a lot of high school anthems back in the day. It's probably some anthems now. You know what I'm saying? And this is like a real banger. When I heard this on the radio, man, I used to go crazy, man. It was like one of those crunk, get buck type songs, you know what I'm saying? And Pastor Troy taking shots at Master P once again at the beginning. He comes through with some great verses on here. I mean, he goes off, man. Again, I don't need to stress how hard this song is, how classic material this is, and things like that. So, all right, next song is Stop Trying. This is a pretty good track from Troy. It's a nice solid beat with some tight vocals. This is a prime example of Pastor Troy when there's a saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And he comes through with some great verses on here. The next one is called Help Me Rhonda. This song is pretty straight, it's not bad. Pastor Troy features a female rapper named Rhonda, and she goes off with a pretty decent verse. Pastor Troy comes through with a nice verse. Again, this song is pretty good at best. Then the next one is called For Survival. This was one of those songs that I didn't really like at first, but then it started to grow on me later. I started feeling it a lot more when I hear Pastor Troy rap. I think it's just too much going on with the track for the most part. The next one is We Want Some Answers. This was my joint right here, man. I used to love playing this song. I think it is that it's dark and it has those beats and snares that make me act a fool, man. Pastor Troy is basically saying about people who got killed and no one witnessed anything. We want some answers, basically. I think he's talking about Tupac, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a really tight track from Troy. Next track is called Above the Law. Now, there was another release of this album under Universal. They took this track off because I guess it would have started some controversy with the police and all that stuff. But whatever, I prefer this album, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this was another national anthem from Pastor Troy, man. He's basically saying that we above the law from the cops, all the dirty ones, you know what I'm saying, that's messing it up for all the cops. I mean, Pastor Troy comes through with some great verses. Really great crunk song, man. Like, I'm definitely feeling this track right here, and I think a lot of y'all would too. The next one is called Eternal Yard Dash. This song is pretty good from Pastor Troy. It's like a slower tempo type song. He comes through with a low fast rapping included in there and all that good stuff. This is a pretty good track. Then the next one is called I Declare War. Yo, this song is on point, man. It's a nice little sample from Halloween. I think Peter the Disciple is on this track. He only raps for like a couple bars. And Pastor Troy comes through with some dope verses. And this song is on point, dog. He's just basically saying the war has been declared. What's up, the Master P and them cats. The next one is called It's On Down Here. This is a really nice track from Troy as well. He's pretty much talking about things that go down in Georgia in the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? About violent shootouts, the whole nine. Like I said, you gotta check it out for yourself. It is really on point. The next one is Living Today Through. And this song is really nice. This is probably one of my personal favorites from Pastor Troy, man. He's talking about a lot of the downfalls of life, and he just wanted to just off himself. And it's really deep, man. It's on some real personal stuff, man, with Troy. And like I said, I'm feeling this track right here. The next one is Ain't No Sunshine. This is the last track on this album. Pastor Troy basically rapping about, you know, he's telling the story about how there's no sunshine around here. He's explaining a lot of crazy stuff on this song, man. You gotta peep it out to see what I'm saying. Like, he's on some real stuff here. And that's pretty much it. That's all the songs I reviewed for this album. And to rate this out of a 10, I would give this a solid 9 out of a 10. Pastor Troy did a very good job of this album, and to think this was his first album and he was just going off, stirring up controversy and things of that nature. You can tell on this album cover that he's been through a lot of crap. Look like he got an ammunition on his shoulder. I mean, he looked like he ready to go to war for real, you know. And I cannot stress on how good this album is. This was the days when rap albums was really worth getting, even for not lyricists, non-lyrical artists and stuff like that. Pastor Troy, this album is one of those albums that you just got to have in your collection, or if you haven't heard it already, peep it out, because these type of albums is probably going to fade away, unfortunately, but cats like me will bring this type of albums out there. And with all that being said, if you're a Down South fan, I would highly recommend this album to you. This is probably one of my personal favorites from Down South. Had a lot of good hits on there, national anthems, you name it. Alright, so shout out to Pastor Troy for coming out with a dope album. Shout out to the producers and all the features on here. Alright, much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. Alright, peace out, guys.